Steelers Nation actually hit us and said, can you talk a little bit about what you expect the scene to look like at home playoff games in the future? I think it'll be one of the very few good things to come out of expansion, from Lancaster, PA. I agree with the sentiment at the end. So I'm going to do you a favor, those of you who are pro-expansion. I'm not putting you through it today. We'll save it for another day. So we're going to ignore my 17 objections to college football playoff expansion. We're going to put it over to the side, out of sight, out of mind. You're right. Once I've removed all of the detractive arguments I could make, home playoff games would be incredible. Home playoff games would be just phenomenal. Every home college football game is great. So imagine putting postseason implications on them. It's like being able to see what you always fantasized about or speculated about, but you never thought it was going to be a reality. Some of you, even in the expansionists side of the camp, thought that if we got expansion, it wouldn't coincide with having home playoff games. Now, if I were you guys, and I am in this venture, I'm mad we don't get more of them, but it is what it is. So, they toss you the crumbs, eat up, gobble up anything you can, and be thankful they gave it to you, even though it is you that empowers them, not the other way around. But I don't want to go on that tangent again. So the home playoff game spectacle will be phenomenal. I've never suggested otherwise. In fact, I've never said the playoff itself won't be really interesting. I've just kind of poo-pooed what it takes to get it. But home playoff games, yeah. And then also, here's what we'll finally get. We may get that thing that I've always been told should happen but doesn't happen, and that is Southern teams going up north to play football games late in the year. I have it on good authority from my friends in Madison and my friends in State College and Ann Arbor and everywhere in between, Lincoln, Nebraska. You're going to get in this playoff action. I have it on good authority that if a team from Tuscaloosa or Austin or Gainesville ever had to go up there and the temperature was below 40 degrees, they'd be screwed. And I don't know how true or false it is. I'm not suggesting that I have seen the future and I know it's going to be irrelevant. Quite the opposite. I would imagine Georgia would have a difficult go of things in Madison, Wisconsin in December. I'm just saying Wisconsin would have a tough time, a little tough go of it, just because Georgia's lined up on the other side, regardless of what the temperature is outside. So anyway, I think all that will play itself out. We don't really have to speculate too much on that. But I will say, remember the calendar. Just remember the calendar. And I don't think this is going to be a problem for everyone, but I do think it's going to be a problem for someone. And by remember the calendar, I mean they're going to have those games, correct me if I'm wrong, they're going to have those games around when your Christmas break would be. So some of you are going to have to suck it up. You got a home playoff game. You can't go home for Christmas at the same time you were going to go home for Christmas. Now, I'm sure, knowing you guys like I do, we got a massive college audience. I know if your program's making the playoff, enough of you are sticking around campus if the reason you're sticking around is, I got to attend our home playoff game, at least early on. Several years into the playoff, hopefully that's still the case, and hopefully they've given us more home playoff games several years into the playoff. But yeah, I look forward to that. That particular aspect I look forward to. I've been anti-expansion, but I've never told you that I hate everything about expansion. So there you go. It's really interesting when we talk about what is and isn't predictable. Like I don't know how Southern teams would prepare and then play in the North. You don't even know in those cities what the forecast is going to be and what the weather is going to be a week ahead of time, much less years ahead of time. It's hard to see coming. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. Make sure you like the video and please subscribe to the channel. Not just for me, that's how we keep this entire thing free.